Hello and welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm your host Morgan, and today I have some good news for you. Recently, there have been 110 new species described in the Greater Mekong area, and one of them happens to be a species of snake. So without further ado, this is Serpent Sunday. The newly described species of snake was found in the central highlands of Vietnam, and it's from the genus Calamaria. This genus is full of what are known as reed snakes, and they are these little burrowing snakes native to Vietnam, southeastern China, Laos, Cambodia, and the Malaysian Peninsula. It's important to note here that because of the secretive nature of these snakes, they're a little bit unknown to science at this point in time, with only 60 species being described, and most of these species are known from only a single specimen. The new species described here is no different. So far, the only specimen that has been identified from this species was collected on a foot trail up in Vietnam, and after study of the living specimen, it was euthanized and then autopsied, and the preserved specimen was then handed over to a university in Vietnam for the safe housing in the collection of biodiversity there. So there's not a whole lot known about these snakes, but it's interesting that there are a large number of species from this genus that have been found in the Vietnam area. For a genus that only has 60 or so species actually confirmed, there are 10 species total in Vietnam, 6 of which have been described in the last 13 years, which is a fairly large proportion when you look at the overall geographic range for the entire genus. But why is this a big deal? Even looking back at the original article announcing the over 100 species being described recently, specifically in this one's fairly small area. Well, it's significant because these are areas that ecologists, herpetologists, biologists, zoologists have not really been able to get into until recently, and we're only just now starting to be able to dig into the biodiversity of these areas. And in this area specifically, where this most recent snake was discovered, there are several endemic plants that have been discovered, and endemic means this is the only area that it can even be found. So it's indicating that these are kind of biological diversity hotspots that need to be protected. And in the current world we're living in, protecting these areas of biodiversity before they disappear is for some reason a controversial topic. But as we're describing these new species, as we're seeing these new things, we're seeing that the world is a little bit more complex, and at least the biological world has some more secrets for us that we have not seen yet. So it's important to protect what there is left to discover before it's gone and before it's completely erased, because it would be a shame to sacrifice all this biodiversity in the world and never even get to record it. Not that I'm necessarily saying all of these habitats are in danger of that, but it is exciting that in these less studied areas, we are still finding such species richness, not just in the animal species, but also in the plant species, and I'm sure fungal species and other things as well. However, I'm not as versed in kingdom fungi because fungi are weird, but this was just exciting. There's not a whole lot more to tell you actually about the snake species other than it's very similar to other snakes in the genus. I have linked the open access article published about the classification of these species down in the description below, and it's very interesting. It is very term heavy, so it can be a little dry to get through, but at least the introduction is very interesting and gives a bit of an overview of the area it was found in as well, not just the species. The snakes themselves in this genus are fairly small, and their heads don't differ much from their bodies. Their tails tend to be a little rounded off. I'm sure that my lovely editor has popped in photos of the snake at some point and you have seen it. So they kind of look like a burrowing snake. They're a little blunt and they're a big mystery. We don't know much about them, but that's the fun of science, not knowing much about things and then getting more questions when you try to answer them. So that's all I have for you today. I hope to see you soon and have a lovely rest of your day, afternoon, evening, what have you. Thank you again for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell if you would like to see more. And if you'd like to follow me on any of my other social medias, the links are down in the description below. Don't forget to check out thereptilegoth.com for all of my articles and blog posts. If you found any value in this video and you would like to help support the channel, please check out my Patreon page. That link is also in the description down below. And a special thanks goes out to my Diamond Dragon patron, Diane B. What you're doing is really helping me fund a dream here. I will see you guys all in the next one.